welcome to the Orion Bowl 2025 season. Oh, hello and welcome to the Orion Bowl playoff video preview for the 2025 NFL fantasy season. This is for the players in the Orion Bowl. It's been a lovely season. Thank you for participating as usual. If you're not in the league, I don't know why you're here. I won't physically stop you from watching. But basically what I'm going to do is have a look at what happened last week to decide the playoffs. The playoffs are obviously, they were more or less decided anyway. We all knew it. And have a look at how the playoffs are unfolding so far. Big game on Thursday night that has got some big implications, but let's just quickly take a recap of week 15, the week that got us all there, So, Baltimore, we finished on a win, all right? We finished on a win against the Harlots, which was a big scalp, and do you know what? I'll take that. I finished on the same record as the Harlots. Couldn't get into the playoffs because of the points difference. And that's just life. It is what it is. But do you know what? To finish on a playoff record of what was it? 9-6. I've gotten into the playoffs on way worse records than that. Overall, my team has been pretty good. It just is what it. All you can do is put your best team out there at the end of the day. I feel like I've done that. So you know what? It is what it is for the season. I'm in the worst possible place, being 5th place, because now I'm playing off for 5th/6th place. Who cares? That's the worst place to pick for the draft. So I'm going to have a couple of rebuild seasons, I think, and then come back strong in 2028. You need to watch out for the Baltimore Ravens in 2028. Congratulations to the Harlots. Good luck to you, mate, in the playoffs. I just look forward to seeing who's going to come out on top this year. Baby got Dak. They got the win and the highest score of the week. Congratulations over the Forbesy Niners. I believe that is a 2025 clean sweep over the Niners for Baby got Dak. That must sting for the Niners. Arizona continued their win streak against the coaches' bums. Minnesota, they got a consolation win over the Gorillas, but luckily they didn't get themselves out of the bottom 4, because realistically, this is the last season where we're going to be doing the tank off for the bottom 4. Going forwards, it will be just the bottom 2 in the league will play off for the toilet bowl over an aggregate score over the 2 weeks of the playoffs, and then places 5th to 8th will play off for 3rd overall pick. I just feel like that's the better way of doing it, because it gives everybody something to play for. You miss out on the playoffs and end up in 5th place, you end up with absolutely 0 to play for at all, which you could finish kind of 7th in the league and end up with number 1 overall pick. It makes sense to me, and again, I'm not asking, I'm just saying that's how it's going to go. The team with no name, if they beat out Legion to take the regular season belt, congratulations on finishing top of the league in the regular season. If you come down to the pub on Sunday, I've got the belt all shined up, ready to bestow on the rightful number 1 in the league. Congratulations. Look, you've been on a hell of a win streak. I think it's like an 8 week win streak now. You can't, that's not by fluke, is it? At the end of the day, you've been putting up consistently enough scores to get the job done. So congratulations, team with no nameth. Best of luck as you get into the playoffs as well. Sweet D of the week, Eagles for Dak, and it was instrumental in putting up his high score. So that's the Sweet D of the week. Now let's take a quick look at the ups and downs on the cobbled streets of waiver wire Muse. Because my goodness, have there been a lot of ups and downs. The Harlots dominate by adding Jacoby Brissett, the Vikings D, and Cortland Sutton alongside Tyrone Tracy. The Bums add Jawad Jordan, 3rd string on the Texans, but also he's now 1st string, because I think that every single Texans running back is twisted their ankle or got turf toe or something. Also adding Phillip Rivers. Nice. Then you've got Baby Got Dak adding the irrelevant quarterback CJ Stroud, surely a keeper over Jefferson or Chase for next season. Am I right? He's also added Aaron Rodgers. That is perfect for tanking, which is what you've got to be doing if you want to get that coveted number 1 pick in the draft next year. And now breaking news, the Harlots have completely flip-flopped on that Vikings D. They've added the Browns instead. Myles Garrett, in Myles Garrett we trust. Arizona then scoops up the Vikings D. Is there collusion here? Are they colluding? I know that Arizona needed a D, and it feels like the Harlots have gifted him one. Pretty nice. Anyway, look, when opportunity knocks, Arizona is there to answer the door. Then you've got the Harlots in a whirlwind, getting back on the Pinheiro hype train, adding and just kicking Tank Bigsby to the curb. How dare you? How very, very dare you? The Arizona decided to pick up Krosky Merritt for the Washington Redskins, and then he changed his mind. He just dropped him like a bad habit and picked up Estime. Estime, I think, is the only fit running back in New Orleans, which is a real kicker for the Legion, who have Kamara, who is out. He can't even pick up the next, and I think the other guy's out as well. Whatever his name is, the other fella. And then finally, the team with no name, if they put their faith in the Chiefs D, who are now playing for absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. And you know what? There's nothing more dangerous than a team that are playing for nothing. If you want to see teams playing for absolutely nothing, you just go into this league and check out the Baltimore Ravens and the coach's bums. All right? Playing for nothing. It's dangerous. Dangerous. So let's now take a look at that's waiver wire news, by the way. There was a lot going on. There's a lot going on. It's hard to keep up, if I'm totally honest. So the toilet bowl, but the last ever toilet bowl bracket. So we've got Dak versus the Gorillas. Trevor Lawrence versus the Denver D. Oh yeah, that's nice tanking. Vidal and Harvey. Oh God, they're both terrible. I love that. I love to see it, Dak. That is lovely stuff. You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. Mike Glass Collarbone Evans? Oh, that's good tank. Yeah, nice. The Gorillas, they've gone in another direction. They've decided to play their strongest team, which incidentally is more than enough to get the tanking job done. Like Jordan Mason, Kenneth Gainwell, Boone Nix. Oh, yeah, that's a sub 60 right there. Oh, God. Oh, yeah. That's great tanking. I do think that the Gorillas actually win this one in that they lose this one. So I think they're heading to the toilet bowl. I think they're heading straight into the toilet bowl bracket. They're going to be playing off for number one pick. I cannot wait to see who they select. Then you've got the Vikings versus the Niners. Vikings are playing Herbert over Lamar. Oh, yeah, that's nice. That's good tank. Against the Dallas D as well. Oh, that's great. Oh, that's nice. Nice tank. Zay Flowers, Mr. Boom or Bust, but mainly Bust. You got a 1.3 right there. That is great tanking. That is perfect. The Minnesota Vikings, they know what's going on. They know the score. They know this is the last ever tanking bracket, and they are bringing the heat. They're bringing the heat. Kyle Pitts used up all of his points last week. And the Vikings know it. That's why they're putting him in. He's getting a snake eyes this week. A snake eyes for the next 2 weeks. I would get him out of your lineup next week if you actually want to win in the toilet bowl. But yeah, for now, Carl Pitts in. Oh yeah, lovely stuff. The second running back in a non-running team, Kareem Hunt. That's nice tank. Yeah, that's nice tank. And the Niners, the Forbesy Niners, they have told me several times now they don't believe in tanking, which frankly is sacrilege. There's a skill. It's an art. It's art. It's art. You've got to separate the artist from the art. I hope you somehow lose and end up in the toilet bowl. I don't think it's going to happen. I do think that the Niners playing their strongest team against a Vikings team who are clearly tanking, I just feel like it's a foregone conclusion. The Niners win in that they lose. So, yeah, I think that the toilet bowl is going to be the Gorillas against the Minnesota Vikings. They will be playing off the first pick next week. Now let's get to the meat and potatoes of the playoff week. You've got number one in the league, the team with no name, is playing off against the fourth in the league. Arguably the tougher route, I would say. The Harlots, they might have been fourth, but they're not a fourth place team. They're not. They were. I think they might have been the highest scoring team in the league this year. I know that Baltimore Ravens, they were the second highest scoring team in the league. Just saying. So yeah, for me, I think this is actually a tough matchup. But look, The team with no name, they're on an 8-game win streak or something stupid like that. He's come into form at the right time, and he's finished top of the league. He's taken the belt. Can he do the double and take his second ring as well? It's a double. Yes, I asked for the double. They gave me the double. And so this fantasy playoff matchup is brought to you by Sci Life. See life, let's makes your darts as sharp as your fantasy game. You want to sharpen up your darts. I use these. They sharpen darts. Pretty nice. Anyway. Team with no names, they've got Drake May, Etienne, and O'Hampton. Now, those are going to be the difference makers for me. O'Hampton especially. That was a fantastic trade by the team with no name. Really, I forget who we traded away. But to get O'Hampton for the playoffs, it's worked out perfectly. That was always your plan, like to keep him on your bench whilst he was injured, to then put him in the playoffs. And do you know what? Hats off to you. It's worked out really well. Lamb should play, and that's good because Rice is done, but you've got Collins in there. Ashton Genty's, he's due a good week, surely. He's due a good week. And Collins should have a nice week because he's playing Vegas, although CJ Stroud is a problem. He's not been the CJ Stroud of old, has he? Now, the Harlots, they got 24.10 from Kairi and JSN. I think that the Harlots would have liked to have had about 5 or 8 more there, if I'm being totally honest. Like, Barkley has been hit and miss, but against Washington, he should hit. Gibbs against Pittsburgh, that's a hit. Sutton against Jacksonville, depends on Boo Nix, but that's potentially a hit. Really close, this one. They're both elite teams. I think for the Harlots, another 8 points from Thursday's game would have made a huge difference. Gun to my head, I am taking Namath. That's gun to my head, but who knows in this one? This one is a complete coin toss, and that's what you like to see when the best of the best are going at it. It's 2 legendary franchises from this wonderful league. Best of luck to both of you. As I say, I have to make a pick. Gun to my head, it is the team with no name. I do think he's probably getting to the final. But both teams have been fantastic all year. So honestly, who knows? Best of luck to both of you. Really look forward to seeing how it plays out. Then you've got Arizona versus Legion. Now, this one has slightly less jeopardy than, than the first game we looked at, just because of Thursday night. Because of Thursday night, come on, 65 points from 2 players for Arizona. Like, he picked up Stafford, he poached him from Baltimore with that horrible trade gate. The trade rate, just terrible. Stafford putting up 30 points. That's actually really nice. Linked with Puka Nacua, who put up 34. Devontae Adams is now inactive. So you're looking at Puka Nacua being the only wide receiver they've got, really, going into the final. That's really good for Arizona. He's still got Bucky and A-Chain to play. Arizona could be looking at a really, really big score here. Legion, on the other hand, have somewhat gone off the boil. They were the team to beat. They were unbeatable for most of the season, looking like they were going to cruise to finishing top of the league. But Taylor's kind of gone off form. Kamara's gone. Kamara's just, I don't know what the hell happened to him. I mean, most of the New Orleans running backs have completely gone now, to be fair. You've got... The Colts are off form, so Taylor's just not really getting it done. St. Brown and Pickens, they're both hit and miss, honestly. Look, when your whole team is reliant on Marvin Harrison Jr., that's a car crash. That is an absolute car crash. Now, I hate to do this. I really, really hate to do this in the playoffs of all things, but Legion has no chance here. No chance. No chance in hell that Legion overcomes a 65-point deficit with the players that he's got, especially with Kamara being out. I don't even know who the hell he's going to play instead. Like, he's got Kamara out. Who has he got? O'Neill's out. Yeah, that was the other player I was trying to remember. You're going to have to put in... Well, Ramondre Stevenson's not bad, but also he's playing second fiddle to Travion Henderson, isn't he? I think that Legion need to maybe shop for another running back. What's your waiver? What's your waiver priority, Legion? I could maybe drop you a Rico Dowdle. I would never do that. Would I? No. Either way, the Legion, no chance in that one. I've congrats on your first ever final, Arizona Cardinal. I'm really looking forward to seeing you in the final to see what your team can do, see if you can get your first ring. Baltimore and the Bums are also playing. It looks like the Bums will win week one because we're doing an aggregate experiment to sort out the toilet bowl for next year. So we're doing an aggregate score over the 2 weeks. But the Bums have definitely won week one because my kicker has been awful. For some reason, just like in the 2023 final against the Coaches Bums, my kicker has been awful. There's something about the Coaches Bums that makes my kickers perform really, really badly. So congratulations on your part one of the win there, Coaches Bums. So yeah, that's the video. If I picked you to win, prove me right. If I picked you to lose, prove me wrong. I will see you at the final next week.